Hey, good morning. How is everybody? My name is Joel, and I run the local authority marketing program over here at Bambiz. I wanted to take a moment and shoot part 5 and 6 of our entire program. If you're interested in booking a call with me so we can talk about implementing this program for your law firm, make sure to check the description below. There should be a Calendly link so that way you can schedule 15 minutes and we can go over exactly what type of client you're looking for and how we can help you create content to find that specific client. So I wanted to go through this article with you that I wrote for steps 5 and 6. It's the last steps that we implement as an agency for your law firm, in our local marketing authority program. And again, my name is Joel. I run SEO for Bambiz. So let's get started. So after a piece of content is written, do you just publish it and hope it starts ranking in Google, right? Or do you have a system to promote your content to the right people? Because after a page is created, right, it's our job to make sure that enough people read the content. That way you generate enough attention that search engines begin to rank your content quickly. But how do you promote new content? The truth is, search engines won't rank web pages for valuable keywords unless they notice relevant traffic reaching the article first. So as an elder law attorney and estate planning attorney, what's relevant traffic? Relevant traffic is your current clients, your potential client leads in your CRM system, your referral partners, and any past clients, right? So because all of those people have a search history and have an internet browsing history that sends signals to Google and other search engines that these types of people are relevant to your article. That's why direct relevant traffic is a huge signal that your new content is similar, can help people similar to the people you've already sent to your article. So they'll start finding more people that fit that profile. That's how you start to climb the rankings for relevant local searches. If you don't have an email list, the approach is a little different. But most attorneys typically have an email list, or at least they have, a CRM system with leads that they can potentially send their content to. And so now let's go into why elder law attorneys need to promote their content, right? After you hit publish and start sending traffic to your site, search engines quickly start indexing your page. The goal is to figure out exactly what your page is about and see if it'll answer questions people are asking. Search engines look at these on-page signals to understand what your page is about. The on-page signals are, headline, headings, the URL, the number of keywords in the entire article, your images, your titles of those images, and the links on your page. Now, no way this is an exhaustive list of on-page signals, but it's about 99% of what makes all the difference on a web page. Now, imagine that after you publish a new piece of content, right, senior citizens, nursing home coordinators, and Medicaid administrators started reading your article. All of that information will give search engines context on relevant keywords your article should be ranking for. The more information search engines have about your content, the more relevant keywords your article will rank for. Promotion is an important part of the local authority marketing program because without it, your content doesn't rank and your community won't find your articles. So the name of the game is signals, right? Can we send enough signals and enough right signals so your content has maximum reach? Ranking locally is not so much a magic formula as much as it is following simple steps to get your website to send the appropriate signals to search engines. So here's the 5 steps we take to make sure that your content is sending the appropriate signals to search engines. And it's helpful to users, right? We're going to research the most relevant keywords for the perfect client. There's a lot of keywords in general that can seem promising, but it's not a keyword that someone would type in if they're looking for a consultation, right? And it's not necessarily a elder law attorney, estate planning attorney near me. So a keyword that I might think of that's a bad keyword would be something like house. What's my house worth? If I pass it down to somebody, something that like can be answered by an estate planning attorney, or anybody with some knowledge about homes. But in general, that person is just looking for an answer. They're not looking to get, more information past that initial question. So again, here are the 5 steps, right? We're going to research the most relevant keywords for the perfect client. We're going to write a long form piece of content. We're going to optimize the content for search and lead generation, meaning it's going to be helpful not only to search engines, but it's going to be helpful to people reading it. That way they're enticed to keep staying on your website and book a consultation. We're going to promote the content, meaning that, which is the most important part, right? We want to promote content to your email list. We want to promote content to your local community, to all your local referral partners. And we're going to update the content as needed. Once more people see you as the expert and local authority on a subject matter, they're likely to ask you for consultations more often, right? So our goal is to help you create lasting relationships in your community on your behalf with the content published. Now, a major part after writing the content is we want to track the results. The problem that we normally see with content is that people don't track results, and they're not good at tracking results. So what do we mean by when we say track results? The goal is rankings. Writing content just for the sake of writing content helps nobody. You want to rank. You want to help people find answers. You want to help people find you so they could come in and talk to you because they need help. So content is not supposed to be written without the end goal in mind. If you're not planning to rank a page for at least one keyword, then the page shouldn't exist on your website, right? So not necessarily about pages, but service or contact pages. Contact pages are not meant to rank. About pages are not meant to rank. Privacy policies are not meant to rank. But service pages, sure as heck should be ranking. And a lot of service pages don't. So we use what's called Google Search Console, and we can track the progress of pages, keywords, and search queries that are relevant to your site, to your web page, and to see how you're moving up in the positions. So I use an example of our site, Bambiz.net, right? So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 1 through 4 are most searched were Bambiz marketing, which is known as a branded keyword, which we should be ranking for the most for our branded keywords. That makes sense. But here are the other keywords or search queries that people are finding us through: elder law lead generation, elder law marketing, estate planning and attorney marketing, law firm marketing, marketing for elder law, right? So it's my job to make sure that my own website shows up for relevant searches that people make every day, and these are the search queries that we have content written for. Truthfully, it's hard to know beforehand every single keyword a page will rank for, but if we have a few large keywords in mind that we're aiming for, we can track those keywords. And if you make a long form relevant piece of content for a big keyword, you'll rank for hundreds of additional keywords. And so every 30 days, we're going to compile a report on the new keywords, how much you're moving up and down in the rankings, and compare it all to when you started working with us. Our only goal is to make sure that you know your website is always moving in the right direction. We want to double down on what works and eliminate what doesn't. Most website owners don't even know what search queries people use to get onto their site, right? You kind of depend. At least some of the attorneys that I've spoken to, right, this is kind of how it works. Someone comes in and they fill out, the form. And then, you fill out the form when you come in for your first consultation, and they'll say, how'd you hear about us? And they say, Google. And then if they say Google, that's great. You're happy because people found you through Google. That's not helpful if you don't know what did they search for. You don't want them to come in and say they found you through Google and you only work with Medicaid, and they're like, oh, I found you through Google and because I typed in Medicare attorney and you came up, and then it's useless because you don't work with Medicare. So it's important to know exactly what keywords people are using to find you. That's important because that's your brand. That's your that's your footprint on the internet. And if you're not watching that, people can waste your time. So every day people are searching for your services, but you might not know if your content efforts are reaching these people. That's why we want to help you make sure that the content you have on your site is meant for and reaches the people you've intended to reach for. Because sometimes those two things don't go together. Just because you might have phrased something a certain way, Google might not know that it was for this type of client over this other type, just because of the wording. So here's what we want to do. We want to analyze your search profile. We want to see exactly what relevant searches you're ranking for. We want to double down on those that work, and then make sure you show up for new search rankings and search queries. It's not enough to have great service and incredible reviews. You need to make sure that every single day new people are finding your content and interacting with your website. If you're interested in working with us, you'll know exactly how relevant your website is every month with a detailed report. That's our only goal. You have a passionate group of us, making sure that your website is found by the most relevant people in your community. If nothing else, you guys as attorneys should know exactly, it's not enough. Because I know I've seen those forms myself where you say, how'd you find us? Referral, billboard, Google. That's not helpful. It's helpful to know that your website ranks for 100 relevant keywords or 1,000 relevant keywords, right? Because if you're going to judge someone who runs your SEO and you're going to judge someone who runs, your website, it can't just be people saying, I found you through Google. What would be helpful is if someone said, oh, I was looking for how to prevent my mom from losing her home, or I saw that your website, dispelled the myth that the nursing home could take your mom's home. And I thought, wow, I love the way they said it. And on the bottom it said, oh, consultation. And I felt comfortable. I love the way you wrote it. And so I came in. That's a Google referral. But it says it says a lot about your website. So it's important to know exactly why people come in. It's important to know how people find you. And every 30 days, we'd love to give you a detailed report about that, so you know that your money is being well spent, so that you know exactly that your website is growing, finding more people, and booking more consultations. So if you want to grab a call with me, I'd love to talk to you guys further and discuss exactly what type of client you need and exactly how we can help you do that with content. Thank you for watching this series. A link to schedule a call with me is below, down in the description. I can't wait to hear from you guys. Talk soon.